markers when I'm doing like watercolor stuff as well. Do kind of those thick shadows. Ah. You gonna behave? There we go. There we go. Oops, that's an eraser. I meant to grab a pen. It's amazing how much, like, I guess it's because I already like bugs, that I'm like, I think that this is a nice face to have. But that's probably just because I do biology stuff. I was kind of going through everything to get everything set up to stream, and I noticed that my bio is like empty. Well, I mean, there's like basics in there, but I like don't even have my name in there, and I think I'm gonna leave it that way just because I think it's kind of fun. Like, no specific reason. Because, like, I don't use my full name in any content, but I'm okay generally with people, like, knowing my first name. But I'm not going to put it in my bio, just because I think it's more fun if you have to hang around a stream long enough to work it out. Or I guess to hear somebody else call me that. And I'm mostly just leaving my full name out of it, just because I want to do academic stuff with my life. And I would like that to be what my full name is tied to. Also because my full name sounds really good when you put doctor in front of it, and I would like a doctorate at some point. It's something I considered while I was picking out my name. So I was like, I would like this to be a name that sounds good when you put doctor. Because I would someday like to do that. Probably be a while though. And I got like 2 years left in undergrad. And then after that, like a minimum 4, probably. After that. I'm so tempted to just go in with color already. I might. I think I'm gonna go like red in the eyes. But that's probably because I've worked with fruit flies before. So I'm like, yep, it's a compound dye. It should be red. Which is kind of fun because I got to work with white-eyed fruit flies in lab a little while ago, which is a very rare strain, and if you ever get the chance, you should look up the history of that strain of fruit flies because it was really revolutionary in genetics research. Is the white-eyed fruit flies. Because it's a X-linked trait. So it's way more common in males because they have fewer X chromosomes, so it shows up more if it is on the X chromosome. I think that explanation made a vague kind of sense. Yep. Same reason why in humans there's some autoimmune diseases that show up more in males. That's because that it's on the X chromosome. So I think cystic fibrosis is one that does. Don't quote me on that, I might be misremembering it. But baldness. I know baldness is an X-linked. Which is why, well, it's part of the reason why it's more common in men. There's a little bit more to that one, but I won't be getting into it because, frankly, I'm not an expert. There's a lot of things I'm not an expert on. You don't have to be an expert to, know about things. I don't know why I'm doing this pattern on the eye, I just think it looks good. I also... Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna pull up on my phone the stream, because I do have a chat box there, like on my OBS, but I don't know if it's working, so I should probably pull up the stream anyway. Wow, I have been streaming for a hot minute. 27 minutes, actually. And shout out to the one viewer who was here for 0.3% of it. Is that right? I actually think I'm estimating that wrong. I want to do this then. This is a compound eye. I think it's the pattern I'm going for. And I might tone this a little bit more. Hang on, let me grab a color. I'm just having fun. Figured if I'm going to be doing my silly little art and talking about my my silly little biology, I might as well live stream. You know how it is. think that looks pretty good. I should clean up this edge. And I'm going to go in here and kind of blend that in a little bit more. And then I did, in the line art, have squares. Kind of pointy squares, I guess. Fill it all in. I would very much like to get a CD drive so that I can, it's for a very specific reason, so I can play Zoo Tycoon. That is a fun thing, and I'm pretty sure I figured out how to live stream it. I just need to get the game working, which might take a hot minute. This way, it's brighter here. Then we have that web pattern. It kind of mingles over the top. That's a little bit too big of a brush for what I'm aiming for. There we go, that's better. But yeah, just figured it's about time that I live stream again. Oops. Just wish I had an excuse why I wasn't, but really it's just kind of my executives. They were dysfunctioning. Gotta get my executives back. Make them work. I don't know what art style I'm using here. I'm just kind of having fun with it. Which I guess is the correct way to style art. Have fun. Well, I shouldn't say correct. There's no correct or incorrect in art. Ah! It's really far away now. Oops. Oops-a-doops. Did not mean that. I know I want the shell to be like iridescent looking. I'm gonna do base color and then kind of go crazy. With all these kind of sketchier style, I guess, here. Alright, now I can't tell if that looks good or if I'm a little bit biased, I guess. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. It's also kind of, I guess, based on... I went to a very good exhibit at a museum recently that had some great shiny bugs. Well, great in my taste, which I will not pretend is the average person's taste. I also kind of just like the color scheme of like iridescent green-blue. It's the color of... I have not actually posted that speed paint yet. I should. There's a kind of character who keeps recurring in my dreams, and he's a big, shiny, like iridescent theropod dinosaur, so like T-Rex almost, except he has 4 eyes, and he's, you know, an animal. So he behaves like an animal, but he's kind of just a real sweet boy. His name is Pip, but he answers to Big Fella. So I guess maybe that's why I'm on a big blue-green iridescence kick. It's also just fun colors. We're going kind of like emerald beetle, I guess. Which is very fun, because there's a beetle that is almost exactly this color scheme, and I hate it because it's invasive. And it's super annoying, because I keep having to kill them, and I'm like, oh my god, you're so pretty, but you mustn't be here. You are a major threat. It's emerald ash borer. And it's not good for the local ecosystem, even though it's real pretty. Real, real pretty. I've also been... This is gonna sound super cringe, but cringe is dead, so... I've been thinking about... So my avatar... Okay. Let's restart this thought, because it kind of ran into something on its way out. So my avatar that I do content under has that visor, and I like that design. And I also am not interested in showing my face on stream, so I've been thinking about ways that I could make said visor in real life, I guess. It's kind of fun. I was thinking I could maybe rip a design off of a pair of safety goggles, because I certainly have safety goggles, but I wouldn't want it to be safety goggle material, because that gets kind of warm to wear for an extended period. So I could, I guess, switch the material for like a cardboard or something, but I have to figure out how to rip a pattern off of the safety goggles first. I think it would work. Again, kind of cringe of me, but cringe is dead. I should know, I personally killed it. Cringe was annoying me, so I strangled it. Everyone can do whatever they want forever. I don't expect my content to ever, like, take off, I guess. And that's okay. I'm having fun. Of course, now I've said that, it's gonna... Now I've jinxed myself. Nah. I'm just having fun. You know how it is. Again, I'm not sure if I like this style, but it's what I'm doing. It's almost pixel art. Literally, I have a 1.3 pixel brush right now. I think it looks pretty good. It is 4:35 where I am. So I'm probably gonna have to wrap up pretty soon to have a dinner. Is that a weird time to eat dinner? Like, is that early? I don't know. I've always kind of wondered that. It's like those things that people... Because that's like when my family eats dinner, but I also know that my family is a lot like me in being slightly atypical. So, I don't know. I don't know if that's the standard timing of such things. Like, how are you supposed to tell? It's kind of the same thing with, like, there's so many things that everybody just kind of does and nobody talks about, so we never know if we're doing it wrong. And I live in fear that somebody is going to tell me that I'm tying my shoes wrong. Because nobody ever taught me, like... I mean, I guess they kind of taught me how, but also everybody kind of does it differently. So I'm like... Welcome to the series, Corvus is vexed by normal things. To quote one of my friends, touch of the tism. Also, congrats, if anybody stuck around long enough, now you know my name. Because it happened to come up. Yeah, fall into that weird sector where I'm like really good with science. Like I can do lab stuff all day, all week. And then I have to do something like make dinner or buy groceries, and there's so many steps in that process, and it's confusing. And I'm kind of pathetic at that kind of thing. It's traded everyday skills for epic training. So I can tell you all about all kinds of bugs. And frogs. And bacteria. Because that's what I know about. Do not expect me to understand normal human activities. I mostly kid. Oh, I think that looks pretty good. Although I might add a bit more contrast because I'm looking at it from further away. So I might do a little bit brighter highlight kind of down here where the light reflects off of it. For note, I've never actually done any like metallic thing really well, so this is new territory. Oh, that looks pretty decent. Inventing new words. Dece is now a valid shortening of decent, I decided. If Shakespeare can do it, why can't I? Ooh, yeah, I like that. Okay, okay. Let's just fill this in with my impractically tiny brush. I guess it's practical for that small of an area. And I'm going to want to... That's not the right button. Oh boy, that was almost really bad. We're all good. We're all good. I didn't erase any work. That was close. Oh, it's not quite the right tone. I'm gonna grab this more neon green. No. The fun thing about being a person who does art but also doesn't show their face on camera is that 50% of my effort is staying on frame and 50% is staying out of frame. Like, I want to keep all the art in frame, and I want to keep myself out of it. Well, I guess I don't have that problem with digital media as much, but when I'm doing physical art, it is a struggle. Like, I want my hands and my work in frame, and my face out of it, and that takes more effort than you'd think. I guess if the light's coming down this way, I want to highlight here too. There's gotta be a better way to do that. To like indicate places on a canvas. Well, yeah, it works. So then we put a highlight there. Kind of blur it a little bit. I want to blur that in a little bit more. There we go. That looks pretty good, I think. Let's do the other piece, which is thankfully mostly going to be in shadow, because it's on the side, not facing the light so much. But up here, there's going to be a little bit of light. Yep. Let's add some blue. Should blend that more with some green, and then go back over it with a darker piece. Ah! I touched the thing again. In case you're wondering, that's what happens when I accidentally brush the trackpad, that's what it's called. When I accidentally brushed the trackpad on my laptop while reaching for the spacebar. Alright, how long have I been streaming? 44 minutes approximately. I try to hard cap my streams at an hour. Not for like any specific reason other than I think I should do things other than streaming sometimes. Such as eating food and getting water. So I think an hour is reasonable. I'll probably have to change that at some point if I ever like do collab or anything. What am I talking about? Do a collab. I am nowhere near a big enough streamer to be doing such things, but I have fun here. Yeah. It's kind of fun playing this character that I'm drawing in the campaign that they're in, because like this is a medic mostly and a biologist and wants money to go to college and such. And we're playing on a very legally and ethically dubious campaign, which is fair. I mean, that's the way it's built, but like, Unfortunate that this guy's there. I kind of want to explore that sort of with the role-playing aspect, as I want to explore the dubious ethics and Zero's opinion on this. Yep. Keep running out of things to talk about. I've been meaning to do that more, is like make a list of things to talk about before I start streaming. So that I don't get kind of lost, I guess. The good news is I can actually ramble for an hour, like, uninterrupted to myself, normally. This is... I swear there's a pipeline of, weirdo who talks to themselves to Twitch streamer. I'm already one of those things, so... Actually, I guess I'm both of them now. Huh. Yeah, that's kind of how I started this, is I'm like, I'm gonna be drawing anyway, and I'm gonna be doing things, and I'm gonna be talking to myself. Might as well stream it. Might as well have entertainment and make content. I should be able to stream more often just because I got like a studio kind of set up now. I say studio, it's 2 screens, a microphone, and a camera. And an 100-year-old sewing machine. I have an 100-year-old sewing machine next to me right now. Which I might try to film some content of me using. Because it's really cool. Yeah, my mom fixed that up and gave it to me. So I have this white rotary made in the USA machine. I think it's fun. But anyway, now that I got stuff set up, I should be able to live stream a little more often because I have a place to do it, and I can just kind of come over here and start something without having to get everything set up, which takes a while. It's kind of getting rid of a mental barrier and why I wasn't making content as much. Getting my executives functioning again. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna stream till about 5 and then, have dinner and attempt to be a functional member of society and all of that. Well, admittedly, I don't really have much to do these days. I was studying how to drive, but now I have a driver's test. Well, not driver's test, a written exam. The one where they ask you a bunch of questions to make sure that you have common sense. It's very fun because half the questions are like, who actually knows this? Because there's like a bunch of questions about how far behind certain things are you allowed to stop, and I'm like, I feel like that's common sense, but also, is it regulation 10 or 20 meters? I don't know. Or feet, I guess, because we're in America. Slipped into science language there. But, like, how am I supposed to know the exact regulation? And then there's all the questions that are like, when you see a train coming, should you drive in front of a train? No. So it's like 50% of it is stuff that nobody ever knows, and the other 50% is stuff that I would hope everybody would do naturally. But anyway, I have that exam scheduled. But unfortunately, it's not for a little while, so other than kind of keeping studying, that kind of thing, I don't have all that much to do. So I guess I have some more time. I do kind of wish that this is gonna get kind of technical here. I do kind of wish that OBS had an option that shows you how many people are watching, because I don't have a problem with talking to myself, but I also kind of wish I knew when I was and was not just talking to myself. But unless I have Twitch open, it doesn't actually tell me how many viewers I have. Which is a little bit unfortunate, in my opinion. Kind of tells me how much weird behavior is permissible. Based on whether or not you're actually alone. Alright, highlight kind of curves around. I'm gonna try to keep it going in like that direction. Like, I would say it in terms of clocks, but I don't have a clock near me and I can never remember where all the numbers are. I know that they go in a circle. 2 to the one across from 2. I promise you I'm not stupid, I'm just Gen Z. And they never taught me how to read a clock at school, and I'm not around enough clocks, even though I do wear a watch. This could also just be me having autism, I guess, that I have never been able to work it out. Yes, Corvus Confessions. I don't know how to read a watch, really, and at this point I'm too afraid to ask. I'm mostly joking. I do know how. It just takes me a minute. Let's see the number across from 2. 10? No, that's the number if you're symmetrical to 2. What's the number across from 2 on a clock? I promise you I'm smart. It's always a fun sentence to say. Kind of a punchline? Tagline. Kind of a tagline. I promise you, I'm smart. Or at least I'm only occasionally very dumb. Alright, I'm gonna stream for another, like, few minutes here. I'm liking the way this art piece is looking. I haven't really done this style before, but I like how it's turning out. Unfortunately, it's been an hour and I have this much of it done, and it's a pretty big art piece, so I think I'm going to be here for the rest of linear time. Hang on, I should stretch. There you go. Wow. You guys probably couldn't hear that, but my back just cracked. That probably means I should not be leaning over. This is the lowest the chair goes. Never mind, I'm going to continue hunching over. I could probably get an ergonomic holder for this tablet so that I'm not doing that, but... Am I going to? Good question, probably no. I don't know if I should do the antennas in the same color as the body. Antennae? Antennae. I kind of want to go with a more blue for this piece. By the way, I don't know what that piece is. I think it's made up for the species because anatomically, no. I don't think there's any bugs that have that. I've seen a lot of bugs. Maybe like a centipede. I don't like centipedes. I'm a little bit afraid of centipedes. It's the one, like, creature that genuinely gets, like, a ha reaction out of me. I always say there's two animals that I'm afraid of, and it's for two very different reasons. I don't like centipedes because they're creepy and crawly and just kind of feel icky to me. And I don't like humans because they're unpredictable and kind of scary. Hence why I'm alone in my room streaming. Nah, I just have social anxiety. Although it feels weird to specify what kind of anxiety, because I think I just have general anxiety. I'm a weirdly reckless person for a person with anxiety, to be honest, but I think that's just because I get reckless once I think I know what I'm doing. Which is a thing I should know about myself and should probably work on. Just putting down a base color here, because this tan background is not always going to be there, because I'm going to replace it with something, and I don't want it to show through right now, so that when I replace it, it looks good. Yeah. So I finally got everything kind of unpacked and put away in my... You'd think I would be about to say new room, except it's not. It's my old room that I just moved back into. I miss college. College, my beloved. It keeps me busy. I do like being busy. I like to phrase it as I'm allergic to being bored. It's just kind of uncomfortable boredom. Not a fan. 0 out of 10. Would not do again. There's like a bell curve here. Hang on. Let me do demonstrative purposes on the side of my canvas. There's a bell curve here. It goes like this, and it's like busyness. No, wait, this is stress, and this is busyness. And there's a point right here where I'm, like, just stressed enough to feel alive. And to not be bored. And I need to maintain that. And college does that very well. It maintains just the right amount of, it keeps my brain going all good. Okay, let's grab a slightly darker color to kind of get the bottom here. Yeah, okay, that does look good. I'll go back to a neutral to blend that in. It's a good thing my wrists are kind of immune to being sore with the amount of scribbling I'm doing here. There we go. Whoa! Didn't mean to do that. Alright, let's grab this and then pull down so I can get a sort of deeper color, but in the same family. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. But I'm gonna blend that in a little bit. There we go. It's surprisingly quiet in the background, this stream, I'm pretty sure. Usually get some louder. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like the way the sort of pixelatedness of it almost looks glittery. I think that's very fitting. Oh. One of the dogs just got in trouble. Drop it. Betcha that's Sparks. Lena, usually if she takes something, she takes it in a very, like, clever way so you don't really notice. And Kiri takes it to her bed and then drops it immediately. So 50% of the time, probably greater than 50%, when you hear somebody say drop it to one of the dogs, it's gonna be Sparksy, because she's a kind of naughty, kind of naughty girl. All right, I've been streaming for just over an hour, so I'm gonna call it there for the sake of eating dinner and such. But voila, that's what I was able to do in an hour. It's not much. I grant you, I had a few technical difficulties at the beginning that I had to fix up. But yeah. Outro. Hang on, I have a scene for this. I remember. Post-stream. There we go. Thank you very much to everybody who dropped by and to anybody who's watching the recording. This was fun. I'll be streaming again hopefully pretty soon, now that I have everything set up. My social medias are up on the screen now. That's Tumblr, Twitch, YouTube, CJM Customs, and Twitter and Instagram, Custom CJM. CJM Customs was weirdly taken on those two. Why? Anyway, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.